Welcome to the Literary Kill Count, where we break out the abacus and see who gets put on the slabacus. Today, we'll be looking at a poem called Not Waving But Drowning by English poet and novelist Stevie Smith,
who kind of looks like the notorious RBG.
Stevie Smith was born in Yorkshire, but lived most of her life in London, and in the same house for all but 3 years of her life. She became sick with tuberculosis as a child, and possibly as a result, came back to the themes of fear and death many times in her works, albeit with a wry and whimsical sense of humor. She is reputed to have coined the phrase, "a good time was had by all," which was the title of her first published poetry collection. Most of her life wasn't a good time, though, as she was plagued by depression, crises of faith, and a brain tumor that would end up killing her in 1971. Not Waving But Drowning was published in 1957, and as she often did with her poems, she included one of her own illustrations with it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Some say this is Smith herself crying out for help, putting herself in the place of the speaker. But this is a literary kill count, not the biography channel, so I'm not going to speculate. At any rate, Not Waving But Drowning is one of Stevie Smith's best-known poems. How many deaths does this modern masterpiece rack up? Let's break out the abacus and find out!
Yo ho ho! We open this poem on a shore where there's a dead man. We don't get his name, so let's call him Gattaca, because there's a swimmer in that one that goes out too far too.
And it has Uma Thurma in it. Hurrah!
Couldn't we do this another time?
As the speaker was saying, there's a dead man.
Dead man, Jimbo!
Weird thing is that Gattaca's still lying there moaning, despite being a deadite.
Now, some people might quibble over whether this is a kill or not, but I'm counting it, in the sense that Stevie Smith killed off the character, so, kill. Others might take issue that Gattaca was already dead when the poem began, but anyone who pops up for a chat deserves recognition in my book. QED, Mandalorians!
And not only is this corpse moaning, Gattaca's also laying a guilt trip on us. I was much further out than you thought, and not waving, but drowning. Apparently, there were no lifeguards on duty at this particular beach, and Gattaca was either ignoring the little buoy markers they set out, or we're just really bad at telling how far away swimmers are. And also apparently we suck at reading the signs, because they call him a poor chap who always loved goofing around, and now he's DED dead. And in the tradition of sudden unexpected deaths everywhere, the Monday morning quarterbacks come in to explain exactly how this tragedy came about. They say Michael Phelps here had a weak ticker and couldn't handle the cold water. But then Gattaca pops up saying, "Oh no," and tells us the temperature was always pretty chill.
Get it?
So it wasn't that. The poem ends on a sad note, as Gattaca tells us he was always going out too far in his life, and he wasn't waving high, but waving die. So something tells me that this poem isn't just about a swimming accident. There might be a deeper message in there somewhere.
In the meantime, let's check out the abacus for the kill count.
What's all this about?
There was only one kill in this 12-line poem, and that was the drowned swimmer. In literature, every death is supposed to mean something, so I don't feel bad about the just one kill. For English majors, we have 3 stanzas of ABCB meter, and although there isn't a strict metrical pattern, Smith does play around with iambs and anapaests. She also has some nifty assonances and alliterations in there too.
And that's all for Stevie Smith and Not Waving But Drowning. All kidding aside, depression and mental illness are serious business. And Smith, who suffered from depression herself, makes a simple and moving case that we often catastrophically misread other people, thinking they're okay when they're actually in great pain. But Smith manages to hold on to her sense of humor as she does it, which makes this a personal favorite of mine.
If you are a teen or young adult who is struggling, or someone who wishes to help those who are, think about contacting the JED Foundation. It's a nonprofit organization that works with high schools and colleges to help equip young people with the skills and knowledge they need to strengthen their mental health. Text START to 741-741 or call 1-800-273-TALK.
One final word. If you're watching this, you're flipping awesome. And if you're not watching this, you're still flipping awesome. See you next time. Welcome to the... Take two. Welcome to the Literary Cookdown.